Hi, I'm Brian Lane with Dr. Comfort, and I would like to show you how the Dr. Comfort mobile scan app works. The Dr. Comfort mobile scan app is available for download at the App Store. You also need an iPad and the occipital camera. The occipital camera is important because it captures a three-dimensional image of the patient's foot, which allows you to order custom-made products from Dr. Comfort. In addition, the app also allows you to order non-custom products as well. Dr. Comfort's mobile scan app has many great features. 1, it's compact. 2, you'll have a faster turnaround time. 3, it's on a stable operating system, and many others. So let's take a look at how intuitive this app can be. The mobile scan app, once downloaded, will look like this. Simply select on the icon, and now you'll have to enter a password. A username and password will be given to you. Once your password is entered, you'll select the next key. Once at this screen, we have the option of selecting new order or check the status of existing orders. In this case, the feet have been scanned and it's pending an upload. In this case, it's pending an upload, but there is no foot scans, so this would be for non-custom products. And as you can see here, only the right foot was scanned and it's needing a left foot scan. So we're going to start a new order, so we'll select new order. And our patient's name is Sadie, and her last name is Babcock. We would of course put some identifying patient information in here as far as birth date, month and year. We're going to select gender. This will help us when we're selecting the footwear. Female, she's not over 200 pounds, and your ship to address will be populated with the existing location of your office. After entering the patient's information, the second step on the app states to scan the right foot, but you can actually do that out of order and scan the left foot instead. There are 3 main ways in order to capture the patient's foot. One would be seated, like Sadie is right now, or standing with one knee on the chair, or even in a prone position. Once we get the patient in the seated position, we'll have to keep her at a subtalar neutral position as much as possible before we start the scan. We'll have the patient hold their foot, and then we select scan. As we scan the patient's foot, we keep it in a 3-dimensional box, as we always do. As we rotate all around, it will capture her image of her foot, and then we click stop. Another method to capture the patient's foot would be standing with one knee on the chair. Get the patient's foot in as much of a neutral position as possible, then you can scan. I select scan, and again, I will keep the patient's foot inside that 3-dimensional box, rotate it around. Once complete, select stop, and we'll go on to the next foot. Another method will be in the prone position, with the patient laying flat on their stomach. This may be a challenge for some patients. Their knee will be bent at a 90-degree angle. Their foot should be held at that position. I always start on the lateral side. We'll select the scan button, and keeping the foot in the 3-dimensional image as I start on the lateral portion of the foot, I will move slowly around the patient's foot. As we continue to move, we'll capture the entire image of the foot, and once completed, we'll select stop. We'll be able to see the image of the patient's foot, rotate it around, and once all the details have been calculated, we'll click save. You also have the ability to scan the impression foam using the app. To remove the impression foam, simply grab it with your finger and set it out. Then we can select to scan the left foot if you want to use the impression foam. Just like the other ones, we want to adjust the size of the 3D box. Then we're going to click scan. As we scan, make sure we get all areas of the foot. After completing the scan, we want to adjust the markers on the patient's foot. These markers will be able to identify the positions of her foot. You can rotate the image of the foot, make it larger, rotate it around, and we'll want to identify the first metatarsal head, the 5th metatarsal head, and also the heel. Once completed, we'll select done, and now we'll be able to size the patient's foot. By doing this one will come to the edge of the end of the toes for that patient, and this one to the heels. We also have the metatarsal phalangeal joint, or the ball of the foot, and also the width. Much like a Brannock device, this will take the measurements. It is considered her to be a 9.5 wide. After completing the right foot, we want to adjust the markers on the left foot. Click left foot scan, adjust markers. This is the foam impression that we used of Sadie's foot. We could again make it larger or smaller. We're going to identify where the first metatarsal phalangeal joint is, the fifth, and then also the heel. After some slight adjusting, we'll click done, and we'll of course be able to select the size of her foot here as well. As you can see, the image is a little bit more of a challenge to see from the impression foam, but still able to find an accurate width measurement for her. After these adjustments, it does indicate that she's a 9.5 extra wide. If I'm fitting to the larger of the 2 feet, I would consider getting her a 9.5 extra wide shoe. After the right foot scan and the left foot scan are complete, we're going to select Add Order. If she was simply going to get diabetic shoes and nothing else, not the custom inserts, we would select diabetic shoes, but in this case, we're getting her diabetic shoes with custom inserts. She's got standard custom inserts we're going to be selecting, so we'll select Standard. And we're going to order the shoes with the custom insert, and then from here we'll have the options for the different styles. She mentioned that she wanted the Paradise. The shoe color will be in the saddle tan. Right shoe, we did determine that she's going to be a 9.5, and the left shoe also a 9.5. The reason for 2 different shoe sizes, just in case they did a mismate or a split pair. We're going to go with a wide or a W. As we scroll down, we have the option of different base layers of her inserts and a different top cover, either the standard or a bilaminate. If we wanted to select something different, we select it, automatically populates. Now if we have the option of metatarsal pads, we can select those. It's a simple check mark. And for offloads, we select the metatarsal head and select offload. Once we're complete, we hit Save Order. From this screen, we're able to see what we have ordered for the patient. If we wanted to order a second pair of shoes with no inserts, we would simply go to Diabetic Shoes, and we would select no inserts this time. We would select the style that she would most likely prefer, and it's the Refresh in the blue. Her right shoe size, again, we're going to stick with the 9.5 for the right and the 9.5 for the left. Also the wide width. And we'll click Save Order. Now we have the diabetic insert order with shoes and the shoe order without any inserts. From here, we also have the ability to order a toe filler. If the patient is missing a portion of their foot, we would indicate which portion of the foot they're missing, which toes, which offloads if necessary, and if the patient has a Charcot deformity. All this can be selected simply by selecting each of the different boxes and adding a check mark. An additional feature to the Dr. Comfort mobile scan would be to order Dr. Comfort custom functional orthotics, either standard, exo, specialty, or build your own. This would be for patients who require additional stability and support. From this screen, you can order custom functional orthotics. This would be for patients who require more rigid devices to support or correct musculoskeletal deformities of their foot. There are different cast corrections and modifications that can be done for these patients. After completing these, Save Order. 2 more options from this screen. One would be for total contact orthoses, and again the options of standard, special, or molded. This includes toe filler options. And the final one would be for shoe modifications. When a shoe modification is required to assist or accommodate the patient, we do have options of each of those different modifications, including a few pictures for rocker soles. After completing your order, select Upload and click on the orange Upload key, and you are ready to send it to Dr. Comfort. If you are ever unhappy with the quality of images within the Dr. Comfort mobile scan app, simply recalibrate your occipital camera. Each app will have a recalibration option. Although it may say sunlight option, you will enable the indoor mode, and you will capture a stationary object with the app. This may take a minute or 2. As you capture this, this will definitely greatly increase the quality of images within the app. As you can see, the Dr. Comfort mobile scan app is easy to use. It allows for quicker turnaround times. It captures accurate data, and it enhances the patient experience. This system provides the best solutions for both you and your patient.